Hello. Yesterday I did a video on forex, a technical analysis for the coming week. I was looking for opportunity there. I hope you enjoyed the video. Today it's Sunday and I want to do a second video this weekend, also based on technical analysis and some forecasting about what's coming. And this time it is about the indices, so the overall markets. The S&P 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq are familiar US indices. I'm from Europe, so I'll put in the German DAX or the FTSE 1000 from the UK, etc., etc. So I'll go through some charts, and I think there are some interesting things happening overall. So let me take you into it right away. So this is the one of the American indices. This has been from January 2018 up until now. It's kind of been a, this is the weekly chart, kind of been a, well, consolidating market, let's put it that way. I remember last year when this happened. Of course, we all thought this was the beginning of the end, and we were entering a bearish market, but it didn't happen yet. So price switched around and started trending back up. And this is kind of the after the bullish phase this year. After that, we were in a yeah, it's in some kind of consolidating market. So it's I prefer to trend trade. I prefer it over swing trading. So to give you a picture, trading these kinds of markets can be a lot of times very profitable from a trend trading perspective. So that is not the case this year. I didn't get into a lot of great moves in these markets, but that doesn't keep us from continuing, of course, to look at opportunity, because we are still seeing opportunity. Of course, there's always opportunity. So we are seeing some kind of consolidation. So it's also some kind of a top pattern. Every time the market pushes a little higher, we fail to really push through. That is what's going on right now. So let us zoom in to the daily. So now that we know that we're up there and we're not able to push through. The question is, what will happen now? Of course, well, based on the daily chart, this is just a rally and the first pullback. So if you put on a trend line or something that gives you a signal to enter and find some more momentum to the upside, great, do that. This is just kind of, the market is kind of flat. It's not happening that much. So I would prefer to see what's happening in the coming weeks. Why? Because let me show you what I'm looking at. We know now from the weekly chart and the daily that we are at the top of a certain market. And that being said, looking at the 4-hour, we can see that the support that was still in place from here got broken, retested a bit, and then failed. And we are starting to, the market is starting to treat this support as a resistance. So this could be a great place for your first shorts. Don't know if it's the big short, because after what's it already? It's been 10 or 11 years that the market is coming back up after the last crisis. So there everything comes to an end. And looking at economic cycles, if you know a little bit about that, then it's very likely that sooner or later we're going to see some kind of decline in the market. So we're at the top of a market from a range trading or technical trading perspective. Of course, when you're at the top of something, you don't get in. You look for a reversal, and then you go short, of course. And once the pullback is over, you start to switch positions and you trade back up again. So from that perspective, yes, I am looking for short positions, and with this happening at the moment, it is very likely that this could offer a great opportunity in the coming weeks. So how are the other US markets doing? Well, this is the S&P 500. Let's switch to the weekly chart. Same picture here, as you can see. Market made some kind of a top, and then the first deep pullback happened. Well, let me get in that the way I want to put it on the chart. Let's like this. Same thing, same thing. So we see these attempts to really push higher or push through. It just doesn't happen. We also see on the RSI, we see actual divergence on a weekly time frame. So that's quite a thing. Um, same thing is happening here. We are at the top of a market. So what is going on exactly? Go to the daily. Same pattern, same thing we are seeing over here. Of course, don't forget that price is also, I think that was on the previous chart as well. When you look at the daily chart, this is of course a very important level that needs to be broken first before we get into that. Yes, this is it for the S&P. Let's zoom in to the 4-hour chart. We know that support is around the corner, but we also are seeing that some kind of maybe a head and shoulder kind of thing, because we are seeing that price pushed through, came back, acted as support, and tried to rally, formed this double top on the 4-hour chart, and now is pushing through support, retesting it, and actually it does not break anymore, so support became resistance as of now. And we are looking at a potential reversal in this market. But don't forget that this, of course, is a very important level. So as long as this doesn't break, we can see some more consolidation here. But still, we're at the top. So I am looking for shorts at the moment. The Nasdaq. Let me see what we got over here. Weekly chart. Well, as you can see, I was eyeballing this for a minute now. I would relocate my trend line based on the price action that occurred, and I was already looking for shorts. Well, that didn't happen over here, so let's just get this one off. We made another attempt to push higher, so let's see what happens from here on out. Yes, well, this trend line, you know, you can argue if it needs to be on the bottom of that. Maybe like this is better. Doesn't matter. It's just a matter of perspective. It is at the top. We see that it is turning around. So let's see how this is looking on the daily. Again, it's kind of the same picture. We see that these tops are not really that strong anymore. This is not the level to take a short, because we are very close to this trend line. So another bounce off, and maybe around these levels we could see some move to the downside. But eventually, I don't expect these markets to really move very aggressive to the upside. I don't see that happening at the moment. So I would say, I don't know. It's just forecasting, so you make an idea or opinion. At the moment, I don't see an opportunity here. Of course, we can also zoom into the 4-hour chart to get some more information. And also here we see the same thing. Recent support. It looks to become resistance. I agree, but we have this trend line here right around the corner, so it's kind of hard to really get into this one. Interesting to see is if the weekly chart is showing some divergence as well. And yes, it is. We see this high. It's based on these highs. Then we see this lower high based on these higher highs, and we see these lower formations based on these last attempts to push the market. So we are getting in a closer range with a explosive breakout around the corner, and if we get the same picture as last year, we can get into a huge sell-off into the end of the year. Let's keep a close eye on that. So to finish this video, all American. This is the Russell. The Russell is consolidating a bit more. We broke this trend and then came back, but we never really managed to get a clear trend going when it comes to the Russell. As you can see, this level seems to hold. We are back at that level once again, just to show you if the power of trend trading. This is the weekly chart, so imagine if you would gotten in February 2016 and maybe at the end of 2018, the end of the third quarter, there was really reason to leave this trade. So that's the kind of trading I prefer. I don't want to get behind the computer all day. I want to do my analysis on the bigger time frame, get in and let it run. So yeah, this of course is the support level. Price is moving in at the moment. So the Russell is yes, it's an interesting scenario, but it's in the middle. It's in the middle at the moment, so we can't do anything. I don't prefer to take a trade at the moment. I go short around the top, and I'll go long potentially around here. But since the markets are overall looking to run out of steam when it comes to running into new highs, it's kind of hard to get in. But it confirms the idea that we are actually in a move that is turning around a little bit. So from a reversal trading perspective, these are quite interesting markets. So that's it for now. I'll do another video. I think, yeah, I'll do that on the European and maybe some Asian indices as well. That gives you a great picture of the overall markets and how they're all moving. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, subscribe. I'll be here to provide daily information, daily opportunities, daily educational material for you guys to learn how to trade. It took me a while. It took me a couple of years, to be honest. Just like a lot of other traders, I kept going, and I finally reached a level where I can trade comfortably and you know, at ease. That's very important. And once your account grows, all those single winners, the big winners, are getting bigger and bigger, and it can be a lot of fun. But I left the stressful times behind me, so yeah, I want to share that and I want to help you guys. So that's it for now. See you in the next one. Please subscribe, please like, really appreciate it. Thanks. Bye bye.